the essence of being a man. It's the essence of being a woman. It's the essence of being a human. It's the essence of an awake, conscious person. And ladies and gentlemen, I only give you a fraction of my knowledge, and it's all public source. If I told you my full understanding of this, I can see the entire architecture of the New World Order. I have immersed myself so deeply in it. I have studied them. And I'm here to tell those that serve it, even at high levels. Most of you, I've studied you, were picked because you're competitive, you're highly intelligent, but you're compartmentalized, you're specialist. I'm a general knowledge person, a wide spectrum, a full spectrum. You are signing on to something that is going to destroy you as well. This hyper crazy eugenics dominant system is undoubtedly going to either destroy this species or bring us awfully close to it. And when you respond to the establishment with simple facts like, hey, we'd better look at what you're doing. In the case of weaponized viruses, and they giggle and laugh about it. I mean, Dick Cheney wrote public policy papers in 2000. One of them was Rebuilding America's Defenses. It's public. Just type Rebuilding America's Defenses white paper. And they say, we're getting the race-specific weapons ready. We got to have the media prepare the public for their use. Whew, man. Whoa. And I usually attack the Austin American-Statesman. One of 3 national papers that actually wrote editorials against it was the Austin American-Statesman. So I got to commend that. Broken clocks are occasionally right, as you know, twice a day. But these people are so confident that that's going to be their downfall. And I've gone from hating the globalists and being disgusted by them to now I'm just bewildered in my knowledge that they're stunted. They're able to carry out these anti-human destructive activities, so they're in dominant position as psychopaths, sociopaths, twisted people. And I've studied civilization. In every culture, psychopaths, when they get in control, build like a snail grows a certain type of shell, or a plant, goes towards the heat and the sun. It's a tropism. Ducks quack, sharks bite, fish swim. It's a tropism. Men fight, women preen, women love, women nurture. It's a tropism. And they build architectures. And now with advanced technology, it's like a mutating architecture, but I see like Eskimo art, Inuit art, where it has the multi-face vary at every angle you look at it. I see all the past generations of it and how it all intertwines like a kaleidoscope, like a carousel. And every permutation, I'm able to predict now what they're going to do. And they've got supercomputers that do it as well, and idiot savants that handle future predictive systems. They're on 50-year and 20-year and 10-year and overall 100-year programs. Zbigniew Brzezinski and other top globalists admit that. And now I can think of their program once I discover a new piece of it and use their NSA search engine, Panopticon, to look into what they're doing. And sure enough, what I have envisioned them doing, I will find word for word in their own public white papers, but from their twisted perspective. And it is unbelievable. I mean, I cannot even begin to describe to you, ladies and gentlemen, that what we're seeing is the formation of a truly false artificial habitat that the globalists have built for the general public. That is a slow straitjacket, boa constrictor kill grid. But I can see the permutations within it, the blowback on the elite and the rest of it. It's going to kill everybody. Okay, we are back, ladies and gentlemen. If you're a new listener, I would suggest that you go online. You can buy the DVDs at Infowars.com and watch them in high quality. But if not, they're all free on thousands of video services. Endgame, Terror Storm, or you can go to some of my newer films like Obama Deception, Fall of the Republic. You can watch films I made 13, 14, 15 years ago, Police State 2000, America Destroyed by Design. Go watch one of those films and that were seen as off the charts insane at the time, and then now look at the way we live. people see these films today and are blown away. They say, my gosh, this guy predicted everything. I didn't predict anything. The social engineers, see, this planet isn't run by the best looking. It isn't run by the person that's the smartest at building the best computer chip. It's run at the people that know how to use government and systems to take control of that. It's run by Ponzi scheme operators who learned how to get people to accept their fiat money. And once private banks get control of your country and can issue the currency like the private Federal Reserve, it's over. People are like, well, why do they want to wreck the economy then? Because they want to consolidate it. Because the globalists made a deal with the Chinese, and the Chinese communists took the deal to use their population as slaves, to reduce their population as part of the eugenics agreement. They sent Ambassador George Herbert Walker Bush over there, who'd run the Native American program in the 70s. He was a rock star of eugenicist. He got over half the Native Americans sterilized. Just type in Native American sterilized at reservations, 1970s. So they sent him to China before Nixon went, and they publicly said, put in a one-child policy, reduce your population, we will ship all the industry here, and in turn, our plan is to leverage out all free market competition and drive down wages there. We want an impoverished, controlled population. And now you hear that, oh, austerity's cool. You go to Whole Foods, there's all these magazines about how cool it is to be poor, how cool it is to have nothing, how great it is to pay more for your power bill. I mean, our own city council, where I'm broadcasting you to from Austin, said, hey, we want to massively increase your power. It's for the earth. No, it's for scumbag criminals that have taken control. It's called austerity. It's done in every third world country by the IMF and World Bank, holding companies for the globalist. And so they're able to shut you down. The real power is in monopolies. The real power is in the green police coming in your house. They're not going to get in trouble for a big company, with Bill Gates owning Monsanto, with corn that produces its own pesticide where the bugs die if they eat it, but then they just say it's safe for you to eat, but causes organ failure in all the studies with the rats. That's not an environmental problem. No. The carbon dioxide you exhale, that's the problem, and you're the problem. You can pull Bill Gates up saying humans are bad because they exhale carbon dioxide. TED TV. Pull it up. It's all over the place. Bill Gates admits they're reducing population. Type it in. Watch him. Bill Gates says it's that, what do they call it? That death panels are real. Bill Gates calls for death panels. That's the name of the video. Go watch it. He's just one of these little sickos that think of you as dumb animals. And you know what? When you act like it, that only validates what they're saying and doing. But here's the deal. I'm not a dumb animal. I know what you're doing, and I'm not an immoral, control freak scumbag, and I'm not going to join you. Even though there's been entrees into that many times, you can kill me right now. I will never join you. I will never sign on to what you do. I'll never commit suicide either. I love life so much, I'm ready to lay my life down. You got that? It's not just for my children. I love everybody's children so much that I've signed my whole family onto this, and I'm fearless. Whatever comes, I'm in God's hands. You can't threaten me because I am beyond driven. I have seen reality. I have seen what you're doing, and I want humanity to survive and thrive, and I'm not going to be part of what you're doing. And to all of you listening out there, ladies and gentlemen, you know in your gut I'm right. And your gut is not your gut. Your gut is your subconscious, conservatively 100 times or more powerful than your conscious mind. You already know all of this. You already know I'm telling you the truth. Trust but verify, as Ronald Reagan said. Go look into what I've told you. Listen, I've been screaming for at least 15 years about government programs worldwide to weaponize every zoological virus or bacteria so it can attack humans, and human-to-human transmitted diseases as well. And here's the London Independent today. Research into mutant flu must go on. Scientists dismiss U.S. groups' fear that creation of airborne H5N1 virus could inspire bioterrorism. Ladies and gentlemen, they've airborne weaponized Ebola. They've airborne weaponized hundreds of flus, mousepox that kills 99% of any mammal species they design it for. And the government of Australia, under UN directive, put the blueprint to build it easily for about $200,000 on the internet 5 years ago. Now, the globalists are doing all this so there's plausible deniability once this stuff gets released. And I don't know how long we've got. We may have 10 years. We may have 16 minutes. I know the British government on record, plain view, got caught launching a foot-and-mouth zoological attack on sheep and cows, on bovine in 2000. I said it was a government op. And then it came out on the news. A year later, small footnotes, BBC, London Guardian, that indeed it was a government laboratory. But they said it must have been animal rights activists within it that are against domesticated animals. You think animal rights activists stole that out of a level 4 bioweapons lab and dispersed it over several hundred sites in a matter of a day? And then it popped up simultaneously all over the UK? No, that was done on an industrial scale. That's how I knew it was government. That it was more fast-acting. I went and looked up foot and mouth, had veterinarians on. Did my research. I live in the real world. I don't know who's in the playoffs right now with the NFL or has even gotten to the Super Bowl. I don't know all that. I'm sorry. I'm not a man. I'm not tough. But I do know about stuff that can kill my whole darling family. And my sweet little 3-year-old. Every time I look at her, I want to cry. And I do know there's only a matter of time because the globalists have promised to release this stuff. Now, the first wave is probably only going to kill a few million people because I've studied them. They want to use that to practice, to beta test mistakes they make, and to pose as the saviors. So when they release the big attack, they can sell the public on giving up all of their rights under a medical dictatorship for the big attack that comes after it. They may do it in 3 rounds, each one getting worse. They may do it in one big one. Remember, I'm able to guess what they're going to do by studying them to such a point that I did say the government would launch a bio attack on 9/11. I said there's a bio attack has been launched, I believe, and it could probably be something like anthrax, and it'll be used to ram through more police state. And it's on record, the September 11th broadcast. It's on the line, and September 12th, and the ADL September 12th attacked me and had the quote. It's what they're saying is the ADL. Nothing about Jews in my statement, but the ADL attacked me. I guess because that's a good group to paint you with tar, and said Alex Jones says the government's released a bioweapon, and it'll happen. We'll see it the next month. I mean, of course I knew because in the Rand Corporation documents that were public and the preconditioning I saw on the news, I noticed that there was some anthrax pre-hyping. See, how do I know when Coca-Cola's coming out with a new flavor? You see the ads. You know when Dodge is coming out with a new car because you see the ads. I mean, it's marketing. I'm a media person. And there was marketing pre-9/11 getting us ready to give up our rights and a new way of life. There was marketing on the anthrax issue. I mean, they think you're so dumb, folks. They do marketing campaigns in front of you. And they've got marketing campaigns about bio-weapon releases that are going to happen, and that the world will never be the same, and they've got to take all our rights away once this happens, and that the world government will save you from the bio-attack, but that it's also good that there's going to be a bio-attack and that we're going to all die because it's for the earth. And we're going to cover that coming up in the next hour. There's an article at Infowars.com. There's all these real globalist statements about wanting to release a bioweapon to kill everybody, as I've been covering the last few weeks. But then The Onion comes out with satire to make fun of it so that now when we talk about it, yuppies think it's cute and make a joke out of it and say you heard that in The Onion. So Aaron Dykes will be in studio with us. I want to play a TV piece that's being shown to British school children where they teach everybody you're not going to have a good standard of living anymore.